do what is good for your soul. Now, I did have a quick look at what it says online about what is good for your soul. And it says there's key soul nourishing activities that you can do. And one of those is positive social connections, spending quality time with friends and family, and building strong relationships. If you are lucky enough to have somebody like that in your life, then that is going to be good for your soul. That is something that's going to be a positive impact to your life, and subsequently it's going to keep you in that positive mindset. You can say, thank you so much, Gina Lever, like being here. That's very kind of you. Not quite the same, but you know what I mean. Another one is acts of kindness. It's funny, isn't it, really, that's very high on the list of what is good for your soul. Ashmi Farah has actually talked about this many times in the past, how acts of kindness and volunteering and helping others in need actually is so good for you as well. It makes you feel good. It's good for your soul to help other people. It's good for you if you can be one of these people who helps others. Now, we're not talking about helping others in a monetary sense here either, are we? Just a hello, how are you? Is there anything I can do for you? Any of these acts of kindness go a huge, long way to help other people. It helps you because it makes you feel good, but it also helps that person as well. Helping somebody across the road. If there's somebody struggling with their shopping, do you want to lift with that? All these little bits and pieces that you can do that cost nothing at the end of the day are going to not only make that person feel so good, but it's also good for you as well because it's good for your soul. Something else it's got here is what else is soul nourishing? Gratitude practice, it says, actively focus on positive aspects of life. As I said, be a half full kind of guy, not a half empty kind of guy. What I mean by that is, have a good look at your life and where you are, but be thankful for what you have. Now, I've said it on many times. We live on a narrow boat. We live in 58 foot by basically 7 foot wide. That is where we are. We are very happy. We are very grateful for what we have. Have we had big houses in the past? Have we had small houses in the past? Yes, we have. Do we feel regret or ungrateful because we haven't got those anymore? No, we haven't. And no, we don't, because we are very grateful for how we live. We have a very outside lifestyle. We live very much in the open air. We travel a lot through the network of canals on the system and feel very privileged and lucky that we have the ability to do that. So we look at our life, even though we haven't got a big house and we haven't got a flash car, we live on a narrow boat, as very, very lucky. And this is part and parcel of what I'm trying to say here, is that if you can put food on your table, if you are warm, if you have clothes on your back, if you are fit and healthy, then you have got something to be very, very happy about your life for. So you need to put a completely different kind of look and aspect of your gratitude of what you have, rather than having this mental want all the time for maybe something's better, or maybe looking ahead too much rather than being grateful for what you have. Another aspect of that is that when it does come, you're going to be even more gracious about what you have, rather than expectant of what you are going to receive. You seem to, or I see so many people who are expectant of what is going to happen with OnPassive, rather than being grateful for what is happening in OnPassive. These are completely two different things. Okay. It really is different, the way that people look at things. And this is why we went down the route of selling our house, selling our business to live a life on a narrowboat, so that we could have an easier way of life, I suppose. Now it's our choice, and we are very happy with our choice. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. You certainly have to get on with your partner if you are going to do that. And that is our choice. But one thing I think that it's done for me is it's certainly made my attitude of what I am grateful for a little bit different. We have a warm house. We are clean and we are dry and we've got what we want to eat, etc. I know an awful lot of people who haven't even got that. So put that little bit of a spin on it and you will make you feel good about you. Creative expression is another one that is soul nourishing. Engage in activities like art, music, writing that allow for self-expression. Why is that a good thing, self-expression? Well, not only does it allow you to be free in your expression of who you are and what you are without any outside influence. They always say, or a lot of people say, one of the best ways of doing this is to keep a diary. I mean, I don't know how many people do keep a diary anymore, but being able to write your thoughts on paper really do help for your well-being, for your soul, for what you are and all the rest of it. But acts of kindness, like I said, very good. Being creative, if you like art, do art. If you like music, play or write or compose, whatever you want to do. And writing, for instance, Jane likes poetry. She writes very good poetry. She does it as much for a mental release as she does for the actual poetry she says. So, you know, I do feel that it is something that you can look at. I think it really is, you know, something that will help you an awful lot. What else is on here? Time in nature. This goes hand in hand with what I was saying. If you have got time, spend that time outdoors, appreciating the natural environment that is around you. Again, guys, all of this costs nothing. Going for a walk in a park, climbing a mountain, you know, getting out in that fresh air really will make you feel so much better. It reinvigorates you a lot of the time. You know, when you're out on those cold, crisp winter mornings and, you know, it really does almost take your breath away. But boy, when you have done that walk in that cold, don't you feel re-energized and reinvigorated once you have done it? Again, it makes you feel good and it is good for your soul. Mindfulness in meditation. Now, this is something that I don't do. I will hold my hand up to this. It's not kind of where I am, but they do say practices that help calm the mind and focus on present moments through mindfulness and meditation really is good for your soul. Now, I do know a lot of people who do Pilates, they do yoga, they do all of these calming things, I suppose. It's not something that I do, but I do know that for those that do it, it's good for them. It's good for their soul, and it's how they choose to do something that they know is good for them. So that is another one that was on the list. And the last one that's on this list for soul nourishing and to re-energize it is self-care. Prioritizing activities that promote physical and mental well-being, like eating healthily, exercising, and adequate sleep. These areas are certainly things that we look at a lot, Jane and I. During the week, we fast. We do 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. the next day. Why do we do this? Because we feel that it is good for our bodies. It's good for our metabolism and all the rest of it. And it is something that really makes you more appreciative of the meals that you eat within that time period of 1 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Getting adequate sleep. Now, that is something that I've struggled with in the past because of my work patterns and all the rest of it, especially in the hospitality industry. Many of the hours that I used to work were the hours where everyone was up having a good time and I was working, which tended to be pretty late at night. And so my sleeping patterns used to be completely off kilter. Now I do concentrate a lot on making sure I listen to my body. And when my body says, you need to sleep, then I take heed and I do. Whether this is having a good effect on me, I don't know. But I certainly do look at it in a positive manner now, as apart from that. And eating healthily, which is one of those things on there, I cook. Simple as that. Jane made a lovely leek and potato soup today, all homemade, really, really nice. But on a general basis, I cook. And I know what goes into it. And we really do, or I certainly do, concentrate on making sure that I cook with a very good oil, very little bad fats in there, fresh vegetables, fresh meats, fresh fish. We eat a lot of fish. And that is because I know that having the right fuel for your body is certainly a massive positive step towards making sure that it helps your well-being as well.